extra thirsty ass shit. Like you got breath mints and like numbing spray. You know what I'm saying? That shit new to me. You know what I'm saying? Alright, okay. Alright, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brush that off. And then you got to ask me shit like, oh yeah, have I ever gave my ass ate? My behind ate. I don't know if TikTok gonna like blur it out or some shit because of that. Hold on, what the fuck? This lady throwing me off now.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute since my last upload, but I had to take some time away because I just wanted to decide where I wanted to take my channel. And I've decided to bring more of my personal interest to the forefront. So not only am I in them Reddit streets, I'm also in them TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter streets. And I wanted to come on here and just talk about all the things that I see online and just be messy and kiki with y'all. So there is a new channel name. If you probably noticed, we're now going under Net Gods. And I wanted my first video back to be about what took TikTok by storm this week, which is a story about this YN in Atlanta who was playing in these girls' face for Valentine's weekend. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet. And to me, I feel like his life was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to give you me or whatever like that. So he like, you know, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, cause like, you know, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark skinned niggas. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, you know, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like always posting mad money, etc. So you know, like, that's my type. I love me a hood, get money nigga. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posted. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So we planned to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on this Saturday. That's it, this Saturday, right? And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that because it just was like too good to be true. So we would only text and like he'd tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone before you really cut, like he just be texting and shit like that. So he FaceTime me, he was real, looked the same, looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk and I'm like, you know, like you ready? Like I'm at the nuts now. I'm like, you ready? Like I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is like kind of off. Like you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I gotta get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house, and we can just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that, or whatever the case may be. So I still go. Like, I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack my shit, and I tell him like, all right, I'm going to land this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport. I board the flight, or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Signa or something. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you gotta call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally, it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm gonna get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room, but when I land, I have to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this one a mishap coming because I get it. Okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we gotta go stay somewhere else, which is cool because I think a hotel is better anyway because you don't know me and I don't know you, and it's more safer. I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room. I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. So we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming. You hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like $20,000-$30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm gonna correct it before you get there. I'm gonna figure this shit the fuck out. Cause I mean, why wouldn't I? Like it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now I agree, we wanted to see each other, but still, like what? So when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid. Go ahead and buy. I'm cool. Like, I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. You talking about another nigga? That's your response? Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because, yo, he stayed in the airport with me and found me a hotel. Yo, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like, that was kind of crazy. So me, personally, I just feel like his lifestyle gotta be kept because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like, I mean, rich niggas, like, that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not gonna say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They're not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they're not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play, everything booked, bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So to me, his life was just kept. And I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurant. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but like, other than that, like, that nigga don't be really doing shit like with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So me personally, the life is kept. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the fuck home. I'm not that pressed to see no nigga. Like, bitch, you know, I get niggas. Like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was going to do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, because bitches do that. Like, bitches that know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not, I'm going to sneak him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like, I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there. Listen, I agree, right? But a lot of y'all in that comment saying this and the third, especially females, if y'all seen what that nigga look like, believe me, y'all would have folded too. When I say fine as fuck, like, that nigga is perfect. Like, literally perfect. Or whatever. So, I mean, me, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm real spontaneous. Like, I'm not scary or whatever like that. Like, I solely travel by myself, a lot throughout the year. Like, I travel. Like, I done went to Thailand by myself, Paris, fucking Dubai. Like, I'm about to go to Tokyo, Japan, and maybe by myself. Like, I don't care about it. Like, I'm not scary at all. But if y'all would have seen that nigga, y'all would have folded too. And to correct y'all, I did not fly Spirit. I flew United. I was walking through the airport and couldn't get out of the airport, and I seen a Spirit flight attendant, and he helped me. I did not fly Spirit or whatever. I mean, but if I did fly Spirit to go to Atlanta, it's like a 2-hour flight. Like, what's the problem? And for the guys that keep saying, oh, I think I had one, baby, I didn't think I had anything. I was going for a good time. Like, I'm an influencer. I have a big ass following on Facebook and also Instagram. I get paid off Facebook and Instagram. So, you know, I do travel a lot. And I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, free trip, free food, free content. Like, I like him. He looks good. Like, I just wanted to get to know him. But it was never on, oh, I want to cuff him. I mean, if I would have went there, then, of course, okay, cool. But what do you do when you meet someone in there? Don't you go meet them? You meet them in the city that you live in or a restaurant or whatever. Like, I mean, but, yeah. And I did not pay for the flight. The nigga booked the flight. Like, what y'all want proof for that, too? Like, I don't understand. He booked the flight. And he didn't mind linking me. But me, personally, I am kind of spoon-fed when it comes to guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, they pay for shit. Like, on my old TikTok, they got hacked. Viral videos all the time. Niggas taking me shopping and trips and all that extra shit. Big money. Like, what? So, of course not. I was not paying for no hotel for no nigga to fuck with me or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You went to a restaurant and spent $1,000. I was not booking no hotel. And that's why I booked my own hotel. And, bitch, I stayed there. And I went out. I went to Copper Cove. I went to Papa Dex, if I'm saying it right. Like, I enjoyed myself. I went out to a little club. I wasn't in a room. The fuck? So who broke? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all always think somebody broke. Like, everybody want a rich nigga that can add. Like, listen, anything a nigga do for me, I can do times 3. Most can't say that, okay? And I had emotions since I was a young girl. Always had. Fuck is y'all talking about? Like, tread lightly on me. Because if y'all seen that nigga, y'all would have folded too. And that's the fact. And I'm not telling y'all where he from. I mean, his ad. But he originally from Chicago or whatever. But he lives in Atlanta, if that helps y'all out.
So, off top, after seeing this girl's video, I was like, so this random person messages you online and you're just automatically going to and wanting to like set up to link with this person who lives in a completely different state because he's a quote unquote fine shit. I don't know where that lingo started, but it is so ridiculous to me. It has to be some Gen Z type shit. But off top, you're trying to link with this man that you don't know to fuck. Like, who does that? But anyway, as we find out, they set up a time to link. She shows up and he starts acting funny and she just cancels. But somehow this man gets wind that she posted this story time and he decides to come on TikTok with his own version of the story, which pretty much contradicts a lot of what she said. So let's see what he had to say and then I'll come back.
All right, look, this is going to be called the part 1 of, if you're going to tell the story and tell the full truth, you feel me? This part 1 though. So look, right, let me get this like straight to y'all. First and foremost, I'm not a YN, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 years old, you know? But check this out. I'm not from Atlanta at all. You feel me? I live in Atlanta now. I'm from Iraq. You feel me? But all this, like, okay, well, we gonna start off with the whole he flew me out type thing. You know, I never flew out. So this whole oh yeah, he flew me out and put me on Spirit Airlines. Shit is cap. You know what I'm saying? I never flew out. I never paid for no flight. You feel me? None of that. You know what I'm saying? Now I really don't know how to like to work it as far as like if I can post the messages when I'm talking type shit. I don't know if I can do that shit on him, but I'm finna try it though.
All right, so off top, in his part 1, we are seeing some discrepancies with Old Girl's original story. So he actually pulled up the text messages that they exchanged that seemed like it kind of is taking place when she was telling us how she was getting her nails done, and she kind of peeped that his energy was shifting, and she was like, you know, trying to check up on him. So I'll read the text messages to you. She says, "Baby, you good? I'm not tripping. I don't do that. But I mean, we both know how the problem could be solved." He says, "You're right. I hate small talk. Let me know when you're in Atlanta." "That's crazy. Okay. You said it. Only way it can be resolved is by seeing each other." She says, "Yes, I agree. So when I'm in Atlanta, I'll hit you like I'm ever in Atlanta. LOL. I booked it. My cousin got me scared. She's screaming you don't even know him." He says, "What, she think I'm going to do something to you or something?" LOL. "Yeah, she telling me stories of people going to see people, and one girl, a guy cut her body into pieces. All crazy shit." So we see that, one, she was lying about him booking the tickets, because in that last little recap that she did, she was telling us how, oh yeah, you know, I didn't buy anything. He definitely booked that shit, blah, blah, blah. We see that she was in fact the one to book the flights. We also see in the exchange that there was no legit planning of dates for this trip. Like, she was trying to make it seem like they had been comparing availability and dates and settled on Valentine's weekend. No, this man told her, yeah, whenever you're in Atlanta, let me know. And she hit him up the next day talking about flights booked, baby, I'm on my way. Like, what planning was there here? You literally was too hot in the ass for this nigga and booked the flight without a discussion. So off top, we see 2 lies. So let's go to his second part and see what else he has to say.
I ain't gonna lie, like, you really done fucked up. Let me get in the hang of this shit for real. Cause now I gotta figure it out so I can go ahead and do these little, you get what I'm saying? So look, right now, we just gonna piggyback off of the whole she said some shit like what it is. Oh yeah, he got mad with me because I was out of town and texting my kids and all that, like whatever the fuck that's supposed to be about. Anywho, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing at all, you get what I'm saying? Fast forward to these messages, you get what I'm saying? Now look, now check this out. She said like I supposed to pay for a hotel, or we argued about a hotel or some shit about like some shit with some money, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what really pissed me off. Like, that's what made me even get into this whole you did anyway, you feel me? Now, that's my whole thing. Now, I done made it clear that I was getting my daughter Friday. You know what I'm saying? I let her know at 4 p.m. on Friday, like, okay, well, I'm getting my daughter and I'm having her for the weekend, or the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Now, your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock, whatever the case may be. Your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock at night. Now, by your flight don't leave at 11 o'clock tonight, meaning like, okay, well, I ain't really trying to be mean to you, but like, I'm giving you all the signs for this. All right, well, I just told you my daughter coming. I done already let you know, like, beforehand. I'm not bringing nobody around my daughter. Like, it ain't none of that type of shit going on, especially no stranger. Like, it ain't none of that going on. I got too much respect for myself, you know what I'm saying, my daughter, mama, and my daughter alone. People be having weird intentions and shit towards kids, whatever. Now, so if I'm letting you know this already on some, like, you feel me? It ain't none of that going on. Then off rip, you feel me? You should have either not even got your ass on the flight for one, because your flight didn't leave until 11 o'clock later on that night. I told you at 4 o'clock. You try to tell me like, oh, you already checked in my flight. Checking in your flight don't mean nothing at all. You know why? Because you still can cancel or like whatever. It don't matter. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact you can cancel your flight, reservation, whatever, get a refund, whatever. So I'll let her know, like, you feel me? It's a possible chance that I can't get a, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility that I can't get a babysitter. But like, that one never 100%, you feel me? Like, regardless of me getting a babysitter or not, right? I never, ever was staying in no hotel for one. Like, you're a stranger, you know what I'm saying? I was not doing no shit like that. You're a stranger. I don't even know you for real. You too thirsty. Like, you doing me off for real. You too thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Now, cool. Now, in the mix of all that, right? Okay, she get her. Now, she get her. She go on the plane like, oh yeah, she had to get her room and shit like that, whatever the case may be. Because of the simple fact, I get to ask her shit like, okay, well, what you finna do as far as in like hotel wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna help you look for a hotel, like GT, you know what I'm saying? But like, you should be already under the impression, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you not to come for real, because of the simple fact, I'll let you know I got my daughter. If a nigga telling you like, okay, well, he got his daughter and you can't, he not bringing you around his daughter, me, my daughter, this, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be here with me. So she gonna be with me, then I mean, you can't be here at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that going on. Cool, long story short, whatever the case may be, she ended up paying for her own flight, you feel me? She ended up paying for her own hotel, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She was mad, whatever the case may be, but my thing is, look, right now, she never not once said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the hotel, but when I land, give me the money. What? The first thing I told her was, find something that you can afford. You feel me? Like, find something you can afford, whatever in your budget. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this shit ain't about no $300 with no hotel, nothing like that. We never argued about no hotel because I made it clear, like clear as day. Like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping in no hotel. Why the fuck would I sleep in a hotel? I mean, I got a house. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just worried about your well-being. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's already done at 1 o'clock in the morning when you land. You gotta have somewhere to sleep at. I don't want you to sleep in the airport or no shit like that, you feel me? Cool, now, she get all that shit done, whatever the case may be. She act like she got attitude out of this world. She really was on some, like, selfish shit, like, on some, like, she thought I was gonna put her before my daughter type shit. Like, oh yeah, well, we had plans and what the fuck ever. Like, I don't give a fuck who you is. Don't nobody come for my daughter. You feel me? Now, man, you like, okay, so that was that whole Friday. Now look, I still text her on Saturday just to make sure like she was good, she was safe. Because at the end of the day, you're not from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You're not from Atlanta at all. I'm not from Atlanta at all. But like, it was just cold that night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, are you okay? You know, also like checking up on the type shit. You feel me? See, oh yeah, I have found a room. You know, nothing like everything was regular for real, for real. Now the shit really went left for real that Saturday when it came to the point before this. She got to text me all like extra thirsty ass shit. Like you got breath mints and like numbing spray. You know what I'm saying? That shit new to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brush that off. And then you got to ask me shit like, oh yeah, have I ever gave my ass ate? My behind ate? I don't know if TikTok gonna like blur it out some shit because hold on, what the fuck? This lady throwing me off now. You know what I mean? You throwing me off. You throwing me all the way off. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, nah, hell no. She won't be seeing me at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna link up with you. I'm not finna have sex with you. It ain't none of that going on. Like, you know, I'm cool on it. I'm straight on it. Now, man, y'all, it would never ever be a storyline. It wouldn't be a story time. It wouldn't be none of that. You know why? If I pulled up to see her at that hotel, had I had sex with her, any of that shit, you know what I'm saying? If any of that shit would have went her way as far as in like sexual intercourse, she would have never made a story time. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like, she was scamming me on some like, hold on, what the fuck? Don't be saying no shit like that. Like, you know, you scam me for real on some shit. Like, you know, like, hold on. You being a little bit too thirsty. You feel me? No, my whole thing is, on top of you being a little bit too thirsty, right? I mean, on top of her being a little too thirsty, right? I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever. You feel me? Like, now, mind y'all, rewind. We was texting this shit for like, probably like a week and a half. I want to say we probably was texting for like a week and a half for real. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't never been on the phone at all. Like, never been on the phone. No, we on FaceTime for the first time. You feel me? It was like a 3-minute call or some shit like that. When I first got on the phone, I got my face in the camera. She got her face in the camera. But she got on like these clear glasses. Now, when I say stop playing, put your face in the camera, you know? I don't know if that like rubbed her the wrong way, but I'm just in my head like this not the same person that I was just looking at on Instagram. You feel me? So now like I'm not saying she ugly. I'm not taking that from her at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like she not the like what she looked like on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So it caught me off guard type shit. So now I'm really just trying to like rush her off the phone for real. But like I'm giving her a cold shoulder to the point before it is like damn, you're not getting the memo. Like I shouldn't have to say like okay, well, woo. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, I'm really giving you a cold shoulder. Like I'm letting you know what like you know what I'm saying? So like that was throwing me off though that she didn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? So after that, the conversation went like blank. She texted me that Friday like, hey love, are you okay? Ooh. And I tell her she like. Am I still coming? Ooh, I didn't respond to no other question, but am I okay? I told her I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm good, but I was dull as hell with her. You feel me? But I'm gonna just show y'all all this. I gotta post all this shit.
All right, so in his part 2, we learn that they had only been talking for about a week and a half before this girl hopped on a plane and was trying to see this man. So off top, it's like, girl, what are you thinking? Hopping on this plane to meet this man that you just met because you want to go crack. Like, are you nuts? This man could have literally had you in the trunk and dumped you in somebody's back alley. Like, I need y'all women to really watch more true crime because this stuff is not a joke. You guys are too trusting of strange men and it's absolutely scary. But anyway, we find out they only been texting for like a week and a half before she tells him that she's gonna be in his city. So they set up a FaceTime and he goes on to let us know that when they FaceTime, he peeps that shorty does not look the same way that she looks in her photos. So I feel like, you know, obviously that would be off-putting to anybody. And after that, he kind of falls back on her and she doesn't seem to be picking up the subtle signs that he is like no longer interested in shit. And I actually went back on this girl's Instagram and I can say that, yeah, she does in fact use a lot of filters. Like you can see the pictures of when she was in the Bahamas. She's a very beautiful girl, but compared to the pictures of when she's in the Bahamas to when she is, you know, just posting her usual thirst traps, or it seems like she's also an aspiring artist. So she has a video where she is like making a music video and she's rapping and she looks completely different. I would say the video of her rapping in a music video is probably how she most likely looks. But compared to even what we see on TikTok, this girl is using heavy filters, lightening her skin, softening her look, softening her features. She's probably face tuning her nose, or at least she really knows how to contour her nose really well because it's super snatched with her full beat. But it's quite obvious that she does not look the same. So he lets us know that after seeing that, he's kind of good on her and is kind of giving her the cold shoulder. But, you know, Miss Girl, she is apparently too freaked out that she can't pick up the subtleties. So from the text messages, we see that she hit him up about the plane tickets on Friday or on Monday, that she will be flying in on Friday. He waits until that Friday at 4 p.m. to let her know that he is going to have his baby with him. which, I mean, hella last minute that he was going to have a baby with him. And instead of her being like, oh, okay, this guy is low-key probably in the throes of ghosting me, she decides to press on and tell him to get a sitter, which is crazy because what do you mean get a sitter? But what does he mean? My baby gonna be here. Like, you acting like this girl is coming from down the street. Shorty is coming from New Jersey. So he is dropping all these subtle hints, hoping that she would get the memo and kind of just like, cancel her flight or whatever. But she presses on and gets on the flight. They're texting while she's on the flight, and she's letting him know that I guess she doesn't have any hotel arrangements. And that's kind of when the bickering ensues. Girl, what the hell are you doing hopping on a plane to see this man and you don't have no room and board? Like, I hope you don't think you was going to stay with this man. And, she made it seem like, apparently, she gets guys and they be flying her out. They be paying for her or whatever, what have you. But this is clearly not one of those situations. Y'all did not make plans to fully see each other. You guys did not even discuss dates. Y'all did not discuss room and board. You should have had that ironed out before you got your tail on that flight. So he goes on to tell us that her flight didn't even land until after midnight, which is like, this girl is making wrong decision after wrong decision. What are you doing going to see some man landing after midnight, expecting him to pick your ass up and bring you to the hotel and then I guess crack and have this great, lovely weekend, make content, go back home? Like, girl, Delulu is the only word I have for this. So she lands and he starts asking her, well, what you finna do? Once a man tells you, yeah, what you finna do about your room and board, that should have been her 13th reason. That should have been her sign to block that man and just go on about her weekend by herself. Not only does he ask her, yeah, what you finna do, he tells her when the discussion of the hotel comes up that she needs to book what she can afford. That should have let her know that this nigga was not taking her serious, and he more than likely wasn't even going to see her, or he was definitely not going to come out no money for her. Telling you book what you can afford. Ma'am, you are not the priority this weekend. It's very, very evident. What makes matters worse, once this lady finally finds, her room and board situation, she continues to text this man because she is just that thirsty. She continues to text him the next day and wants to be super freaked out and sends him messages and pictures with some throat numbing spray and some breath mint. Girl, what? Why would you say, even if y'all knew what it was and y'all was gonna link the fuck, what are you doing texting this man throat numbing spray and all that? Like, you are just too freaked out. Girl, that would have scared me away. He even said himself he was scared. You scaring the whole sis. So immediately she's too thirsty, texting him these breath mints and all this stuff, saying that she about to suck his soul pretty much. And at that point, he was like, yeah, that's it for you. Like, we won't be linking up. Like, he just kind of checked out from there. Eventually, she gets the memo and stops texting to him and decides to make it a solo weekend, whatever, what have you. And eventually goes back home. So after he puts out his response, the people of TikTok obviously go back to her page like, sis, shit's not adding up. Explain yourself. So she comes back with this response.
Let me start by saying them screenshots did nothing. Okay? Let's make that clear. Because all that is the aftermath of me basically expressing how I feel, which I don't think is wrong.
Okay, so these are the text messages she's talking about. He says, I fell asleep. Are you okay? She says, hey, I feel a lot better, still a little upset, but just happy to finally have a room. It's not my norm, but it was all I could find. He says, shaking my head, good thing is you're okay. I was trying to stay up after I put her to sleep, but it was done for it. She says, I just really wanted to meet you, I guess. But I learned shit from every situation. That's why I'm so calm. I really just hate wasting my time for real. I think anybody would. When I go home, we probably never talk again. I know you probably don't care, but I really had faith in this whole thing. Crazy. And it's not even your fault. You did what you got to do. But I ain't never gonna forget this. I thought about it and I do want to meet you. Are you going to link me? Can you still get a sitter? So from these text messages, we see that even after this man pretty much left her for dead at the fucking airport, she was still trying to link with him the next day. Like, she was not getting the hint that he did not want to link with her. So at the end of the day, you still look thirsty. This whole video from her is giving that, she's feeling kind of salty. Story time didn't go how she thought it was going to go. So she had to come on here and pop her shit and make it seem like she wasn't sweating it. But I mean, the receipts don't lie. So let's keep watching.
Or whatever, because what he did was fucked up. That makes me just telling him, like, okay, that shit got me upset. It bothered me. Like, but who wouldn't be bothered by that if somebody brought you somewhere to see them and that happened? So that nigga to post them screenshots or whatever, when he told me, I said, do you still want me to come? And he said, yeah, or whatever, and how he gonna have a sitter and etc. So that nigga to post that, because he ain't post that. He ain't post them. So that nigga to post that shit about the hotel, because he ain't post that neither. He posted some in the shit. Like, be for real. Come on. Trying to make it seem as though, oh, I was just trying to come between you and your daughter, babe. That's not true. What are you talking about? Like, but I'm gonna ask someone on this video.
Hey, shit, you come down, I'm down for whatever. Like, it really don't matter for real, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on, like, the day you come for real, you know? Because, shit, you gotta also think about if you come during the week, I mean, I always go to a little lounge or some shit like that for real. But if you come on the weekend, most of the time, everything got shit to do with sections that you gotta reserve. I mean, but if you just, like, want to do, like, some little fun, chill shit or bowling or a place to go eat or something, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, like, then that's cool too. Like, I'm really down for whatever.
Let's be clear, sis. This man didn't bring you anywhere. You booked a flight and popped up. He did not give you the green light to come through. So I don't know why she keeps making it seem like this man was thirsty for her, brought her all the way out here and just goes to her. No, honey. You're being hot in the pants and you end up being made a fool out of. And I don't know if y'all caught that in the intro, but this man is from Chicago. I'm from Chicago too. Let me tell you something about these men over here. These men are so unserious. And you could even hear in his voice memos, he is just talking to talk. He's being very vague. He's like, yeah, whenever you get down, yeah, I can pop up, pick you up 30 minutes from the airport. We can link up, go to the bowling alley, go sip up. He is not serious right now. Go home, girl. And, she's from New Jersey. She might not know how the men over here get down. But this man is not serious. And we also come to find out that he's very young. She's actually 31 years old and he's 25. Why are you taking a 25-year-old seriously? Girl. So she is continuing to fight for her life in these videos because she is looking a complete fool. And she's bringing up everything but what really matters, which is the fact that she was just too thirsty and too freaked out. Like, girl, the semantics of if he paid for the hotel or if he wanted to see you as bad as you wanted to see him is irrelevant, girl. The fact of the matter is that you hop your butt on this plane a week and a half into knowing this man to link up for sex. And and you scared him off by talking about some Listerine spray and eating his butt. Like, you were just too freaked out. And even in these screenshots that y'all keep trying to supply, girl, you're not beating the allegations. After this man stood you, well, not really stood you up, but after this man kind of indirectly canceled on you, that should have been it. You were still trying to salvage the weekend and still get your back cracked by this man. At the end of the day, girl, you were goofy. And that's just what it boils down to. And for her to get up here talking about, well, y'all trying to act like y'all ain't never did no hoe shit. No. We haven't, girl. I don't know about you, but I have never hopped on a plane to link with some man I didn't know in hopes of eating his booty like groceries. Like, that is not a normal Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me. Like, you're on your own there, honey. And at the end of the day, nobody would know any of this if you didn't get your butt online telling us about it. You doesn't think that he would get on here and refute your story. That's it. That's all. Now, this is where things get interesting. She's like, well, you had your daughter. It is what it is. Tell these people the truth. You didn't want to link up with me because you didn't want to pay. Actually, he didn't want to link up with her because he was with another woman. And this woman actually came forward on TikTok to kind of let us know that man was not with his baby. He was with her.
Shit on the floor, but I want some more. He gon' get ignored, cause he just a hoe. Bitch, I think you slow.
y'all, this shit is really a fucking joke. Like this is really some Tubi shit. Like, and all I can do is laugh because niggas really be full blown liars though. Like, not even just that. This shit is all crazy. Like, and I really didn't even want to get on here because honestly, this shit is embarrassing. Like, this is crazy, but I just can't believe it. Like, So basically, to sum up the whole thing, I've been talking to him for like a month, probably almost a month. We talking back and forth. I was supposed to go see him, not this previous weekend, not this past, but the weekend before. But I couldn't because me and my baby father, like we co-parent and we do like we swap weeks. Like I have 1 week, he have another. So I explained that to him or whatever, and I was like, I'll come up there if I get a babysitter, but I'm not really pressing the issue because when it comes to my son, I'm really gonna be there. Like I'm not gonna force nobody to watch my son or just to go be with a nigga in another state. Like I'm not doing that. So he was starting whatever. He like, you wasting my time, you wasting my money. We got into it about it because like I feel like he wasn't understanding the point of I can't get no babysitter. Like, and I already gave him the option of me coming when my son was going with his dad. So that's what it was. Like, you know what I mean? So I ended up going out there. It was cold as fucking rainy. So like, if you know how the weather just was out there. Like, wasn't shit. Like, I wasn't too pressed. I don't even know. Like, so like a couple days later, I'm like, well shit. Like, do you still want me to come out there on the 13th? Guess the response. Just guess. Just take a wild ass guess. Baby boy said he was gonna have his daughter. I'm like, okay, you being funny. Like, you only being funny because I said I had my son, and I like, you being funny. That's the whole crazy part of this. Like, this was really fucking me up. But I kept it, cool, whatever. And I'm like, whatever. So the 12th come around. 12th come around, right? He texts my phone in the morning. Good morning. Tomorrow the 13th. Oh, so now you want me to come? I still took my ass after though because, like, when I said this nigga is a whole vibe, like, I don't know how he is with anybody else, but I know, like, how he was with me. Like, that shit was too good to be true. And now I see, like, it was way too good to be true. And it's so crazy. On my way, like, I'm rushing around. I'm getting all the shit in order at the last minute because I wasn't supposed to go. Like, I had plans to go to my friend Galentine's. I miss my Galentine's for this shit. Like, what? A waste? Like, what? And let me show y'all my flight. Hold on, I lost my email. And this was my flight. February 13th, right? To February 16th. Like, so I go, everything cool, everything perfect. I'm, feeling them, whatever. We still talking as normal when I leave. Everything normal. And whatever day that shit started, like, we was talking, we was on the phone, boom, boom, boom. He like, hold on, I'm gonna call you back. So it ended up saying goodnight or something. And he like, my bad, I was arguing. But I'm not thinking of another, like, okay, I just brushed that shit off. I'm like, the next day or something, I don't know what day, what my day is fucked up now. Like, I seen him on the internet posting messages, but I'm like, I'm confused. Like, I was so confused. So, he had said something about, like, oh, my bad, I was putting my daughter to sleep. But I look at the date. You was what? You was doing what? I'm not your daughter. So who was you talking about? I didn't even say shit because, I was gonna let that shit unfold. I didn't think it was some shit like this though. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I get on the internet or TikTok or whatever. I see the story, but I'm not in my, like, you're not thinking like that'll ever be some shit that close to you. You know what I mean? So I just keep seeing like more and more shit. Then I'm like, I know. You can hear my voice, my shit shaking. Like, I know I ain't tripping. Like, I know this ain't him. Like, I know this ain't that. Like, ain't no way. So I left it alone, let shit rock on. Like, and I think I texted him. I'm about to see when I text him. So I texted him. I'm like, I said, what's all that internet shit? Because you playing right in my face, basically. Just sum it up. I said that. This is what he said.
Bro, this is my whole thing. 410% fact. You know for a fact I was with you.
Who was
you? Know
that?
what I'm saying? Like, what the
Who was that? Come on now. So it's like, what did you get at? Like, what's your point? I understand she said what she said on the internet, but at the end of the day, if that would have been me, which it could have been me, it could have very much been me, like, and I was thinking that on the way down there, like, damn, what the fuck is it? What if this some weird ass shit? Like, what if this some weird ass shit? Like, I really feel bad for that girl because she just wasted all her time and her energy, like, I ain't even, like, tripping off before. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm really lost for words. Like, people really be having ill intentions and people will really sell you a dream. Like, like, I'm going out there all excited, like, oh, this is new shit, like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm telling him, like, bruh, we both telling each other, like, what we've been through, boom, boom, boom. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna think with you and it's gonna be that. It was never that. It was way more than, like, y'all know, yeah, like, y'all, come on now. Yeah, like I say, I don't even blame her for making no story time, because, baby, if that was me, I'd have been doing the same thing. That shit corny as fuck. And there's too much shit going on in the world to be playing with people like that. You could have easily just said, oh, no, this is not a good time. You a grown-ass man. You don't gotta, like, come on now. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. And like I said, like, this shit ain't no around the corner, up the street, a different city. This is a whole different state. Like, this girl was stranded and that shit not cool. I'm not for that at all. Like, I wasn't gonna say shit like I said, but that shit is played. Like, that shit is played. Then, like, baby, this is my Valentine's for what? For what? Just to get cut off? Like,
I'm actually mad because they was having fun. Like, and this is all I'm going to show. Like, somebody come and said they seen us at Cascade. We was at Cascade the night before I left, before I got on my flight. Very true. And this is all I'm going to show. Well, I mean, I got shit, but I ain't going to be doing that. This is Friday. It's Friday at 11:50 p.m.
He just got his ass treated.
All right, so a new player enters the villa, okay? This girl named Nye the God. We learned that she also met this nigga online. They were talking to her about a month before she actually linked up with him in person, and she also lives out of state. What is up with these women meeting these people online from out of state and hopping on a plane to go see them and leaving their babies behind? Like, y'all don't care about your kids? Like, this is the second woman who is leaving her kids behind to go link up with some random. Like, what is wrong with y'all? But anyway, they're chatting each other up. They decide that they want to link up. So clearly she goes on to let us know that she was asking if she can come see him Valentine's weekend, and he actually hit her with the same excuse of, I'm gonna have my daughter. So she's like, okay. She falls back about the plans. Because they actually did put a plan for the 13th. That's when she was asking him if they could link up. He hits her up on the day of, which was the day that they were talking about linking originally, and it's like, oh, it's the 13th, like you coming through? She decides to book her flight and come. So from this information, we can see that he was obviously playing in both of their faces. It seems to me like he probably really did like Nye the God and was really feeling her. But once he got propositioned by Slim Kim, and he saw how thirsty she was and how ready she was to, come give him a Glock 3000, he was like, all right, let me link up with this girl in the meantime, see what's up with her, and then send her back home and then get back to, my girl Nye. So it seems like when he got on FaceTime with Slim Kim, saw that he didn't really like her for real, he canceled on her, gave her the whole I'm gonna have my daughter excuse, and went back to the original plan, which was with Nye the God. And those plans carried out. She came through, they spent the time together. So at the end of the day, he doesn't really owe any of these girls anything. And it's just a YN being a YN. Like, yes, he should have just been honest and let her know that, yeah, we could reschedule. I'm not referring to Nye the God here. Or he could have been honest with Slim Kim and been like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it anymore. But we got to remember, this man is 25 years old. He is so young. These boys don't care. Even from Chicago, these boys don't care. They don't care. He doesn't owe you guys anything. Y'all should have picked up the signs that he wasn't really into you like that. At least Slim Kim. She should have picked up on the signs that he was not feeling her and was low-key trying to cancel on her. And she should have picked up her toys, packed them up in the toy chest, and went the fuck home. But she didn't. Nye. So she gets on here, trying to come off as a girl's girl or whatever and expose this man, which even though we can see through it that she really just wanted some clout and, Gotti boy Ant, he keeps his receipts. So he comes back and drops a picture that Shorty is just as fanned out as the first girl and went and got his name tattooed on him about 6 days into even knowing each other. So both of these girls are out here fanned out behind this man and really like him. I don't know what he's telling these girls for them to be like, he's such a vibe, he's just too good to be true. Like, what is a 25-year-old telling you that is too good to be true, that got y'all fanned out, getting names tatted, crossing the state lines to see this man? Like, it's all just ridiculous. But she comes back to explain herself with this tattoo situation because at this point she's looking crazy. So let's see what she has to say.
To explain the whole tattoo shit, I got both my best friends' names tatted, Kayla Ray and Anthony. It just so happened that he got the same name as my friend. Like, the fuck, that shit been planned. But this nigga on my phone, and I'm gonna post the messages like, get my name tatted, get my name tatted, get my name tatted. It's been 2 days, you still ain't get my name tatted. Boom, boom, boom. So he want to play a game, he want to sell a dream. Bitch, I'm gonna sell you one right back, and you gonna buy that bitch before I buy yours. Like,
so yeah, as y'all can see, this whole situation is a mess. Like, girl, who cares if you got this man tatted on you, if it was him or your BFFs, whatever, girl. You're a bird, just like the rest of the girls involved in this situation. There was another girl who tried to come forward claiming to be the BM, but he said that she ain't the baby mama. So at this point, it's just becoming a circus. But obviously, this situation blew up on TikTok and the people have stuff to say. So let's go through people's responses and I'll come back at the end to wrap everything up. He lied about having his daughter for Valentine's Day weekend so he could be with another girl. Do this dude even have a daughter? So him and Nye had been talking for a month, and she was supposed to come the week that he actually started talking to Kim. But Nye couldn't come that week. She's going to have to come Valentine's Day weekend because she had her son the week before. So when Nye told him, like, I can come Valentine's, he was like, I can't because I'm having my daughter, which is when Kim was supposed to be coming. Are y'all following me? So once he FaceTimed Kim and realized that she was a catfish and not his type or whatever, he decided to tell Nye to come last minute. And once Nye said, okay, fine, I'm going to come tomorrow, because he told her last minute to come. She said, I'm going to come. He ended up telling Kim that he was going to have his daughter Valentine's Day weekend, so she wasn't going to stay at his house. So was his plan all along to sneak out of the house while Nye would sleep at his house and go hook up with Kim at the hotel room? Or did he think that Kim was just going to be like, okay, bet, I'm going to just cancel my flight and not come? Like, I just feel like everything didn't play out the way he thought it was going to play out. So once Kim came on here telling her story and people started coming to his page, he had to post the screenshots, and Nye seen the screenshots. So now it's just too much. Like, you can't really get yourself out of this lie. Then Nye checking the dates and the times on the receipt. You talking about you putting your daughter to sleep, and Nye, like, he wasn't putting no daughter to sleep because is the grandmama the baby? Because Nye ain't the baby. Nye is not the daughter. Nye was at the house. And Nye even came with the receipt. She came with the plane ticket. She came with the voice memo of him saying, like, I was with you, though. So I guess he's saying you the one got chose. And then she even came with a picture showing that she was with him on Friday. So I just know he had that phone on Do Not Disturb. My thing is, why you ain't just tell Kim you had COVID so she wouldn't have got on that plane? Like, it's so many other lies you could have said that would have made her make sure she didn't get on that plane. But I guess he just such a vibe, like Nye said, and just too good to be true. Here they both are using that word. I wouldn't even use that phrase when it comes to him, because if it's too good to be true, it's not true. So until the baby mama come up here and say that he actually has a daughter, I'm not even believing that. Only thing I'm believing is facts that I can see, which is these screenshots and receipts. She did delete her video, but I did find a clip on the page. So I'm going to put her page, and I'm going to put the page that I found the video on. I'm going to just put everybody's page down below.
Regarding this whole situation with the fly out story, you want to know who is to blame the most? Colorism. Colorism, bitch, you'll rule the day. You will rule the day. Colorism is the reason why he lost interest after seeing her on FaceTime, because she didn't match the Instagram version of her. Yeah, I have a very hard time believing that he would have held or had those same standards for someone with a little bit of lighter skin complexion. Colorism is also the reason why he wanted her to foot the bill for the hotel. This man is posing as a scammer with all this money on, but he wants you to pay for the hotel. I have a hard time believing that if she were the racially ambiguous standard of beauty, that he would still be trying to make her pay for the hotel. Colorism is also the reason why a beautiful, dark-skinned woman in her 30s was so panini pressed to fly herself out to a YN with veneers. Colorism is the culprit, and colorism, bitch, you will rue the day.
I am noticing slowly but surely that everyone is trying to make this his fault when it's actually hers. We have to talk about accountability. Let's get into it.
I'm trying to figure out the problem in what I did.
I'm perplexed by the fact that someone would willingly go and meet a stranger that they have no prior connection to outside of social media and put themselves at danger like that, knowing that they are 31 years old with 3 kids. I'm perplexed by that, befuddled, baffled, girl. Like the audacity to think that a stranger is supposed to be honest with you. And like, yes, the story is tea, but stop getting distracted. It doesn't matter about the new girl that came into play. It doesn't matter if he wasn't really with his child on Valentine's Day. None of that matters. I believe the real issue is self-esteem and a need for validation. Like, let's talk about promiscuity and boundary issues.
So you could be 31 years old, 3 kids, single mom. You too worried about a nigga, a rapper.
I feel like the young guy had more sense. He's looking at her messages about the throat spray, like, what's going on? You got a sore throat, like you sick or something? Like, what's tea? Like, he doesn't even realize that she's trying to be on some other type of win. Like, girl. I will forever be the one that holds my ladies to a higher standard. I need that self-esteem to be high, and I need you to elevate yourself. I'm actually hoping that this is just like a skit. It's actually very embarrassing. Let this be a lesson to all of you that are watching. If you think that you want to go hit up someone that you don't barely know, and you want to fly yourself out like that, that's all a no-no. Let's not do that. Let's make better choices. Come on now. Come on.
So as you can see, TikTok has come to the consensus that both of the girls involved are dumb as a box of rocks. And I agree. At the end of the day, ain't no sense in holding this young man accountable, because he gonna do what these YNs do at the end of the day. You know, nobody told them to be hopping on these planes and trying to see this man trying to get cracked with somebody they don't know. Trying to be there for a good time, not a long time. Nobody told y'all to do that, and nobody told y'all to get on TikTok trying to share your story, trying to be the next Lisa Tisa and trying to blow up. Like, at the end of the day, hold y'all fucking L's. Now, what I don't like is the one creator. It's actually a couple creators that tried to turn this into a whole colorism thing. This was not an instance of colorism. He saw that she was a pretty dark-skinned girl. We even could see that on her Instagram. From her pictures in the Bahamas, it's very evident that she's a dark-skinned girl, beautiful girl. This was not an incident of colorism. This was a man who got on FaceTime, didn't like what he saw because Shorty uses heavy filters, and didn't have the balls to tell her that he didn't want her no more. That's it. That's all. And he already had been talking to Nye. Like, at the end of the day, just because he was, I really hate that a lot of dark-skinned women are so guarded when it comes to that conversation. Because I am a dark-skinned girl, so we do have to be on alert for that type of stuff. Because you will come in contact with men that will mess with you on the low, but will never be with you in public, and will never, stamp you and, be real about you. So I get that. But in this case, he even said, like, it's not that she's ugly. So he was saying that he knows she's beautiful. He just didn't like what he saw on video chat because Shorty looked different, which she did. He had every right to renege on her ass. This is not no colorism thing. And obviously he was playing both of them. It's very evident that he probably wasn't trying to be serious with either of them. And he really did like Nye. It seemed like he liked Nye more than the other girl. And he was trying to circle back with her. And he didn't want to like fully cancel his plan. So I don't agree with the colorism thing. We need to dead that shit. That is not the case here. At the end of the day, y'all, let this be a lesson to us all. Do not put yourself in harm's way hopping on a plane because you're some random man in Atlanta that you saw online. It's not safe. At the end of the day, it is not safe to do that. Prioritize your safety. Prioritize your health. What are you doing trying to go up there, see this man you don't know, slob on his knob, give him a Glock 3000, hop on a plane and go back home? Are you crazy? They didn't mention nothing about no STD test or, making sure each other was healthy. Like, girl, the bag is not working. It's not a free meal and out of town is not that serious to be going to, bounce on some guy you don't even know. It's it's never that serious. Ladies, please love yourself more, value yourself more, and stop letting these white ants play in your fucking face. Okay? With that being said, if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments, like the video, share, and ring that cowbell so you're notified when I upload my next video. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.